And we're back with George Talks. Obviously, I'm George. And we got a special guest who goes by the name of
BlackGirlsYoutubeToo.
Yeah. She's got her own series, and it's kind of popping. So I was like, yo, you have a series, I have a series. Let's do it together. So, like, where she left off is she started an I Hate Relationships tag. She's like, we're going to finish that, that idea, and then, like, build upon it. Now, the crazy part is, I don't hate relationships. Yeah. So we're gonna like meet somewhere in the middle based on our different perspectives and try to figure it all out for all of you. Shout out to HU19. Welcome to campus, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Y'all are lit. Y'all are turned. How I know that? You should know. However, in the meantime, we're going to start this off as our question and answer kind of situation.
He's about to grill me.
Yeah, because I feel like if she can answer these questions, it'll validate her hate of relationships. So yeah, the first question is, what do you want? Like, not what do you want out of a relationship, not what do you want out of a person. What are you looking for right now?
What I'm looking for, I guess I'm looking for friendships, but I want to take it a step deeper. I know I said I hate relationships. I'm like juggling whether or not I would ever want to be in one. So it would be nice to meet somebody that could be a prospect, but right now I guess I'm just looking for friends.
Okay. And so, like, my second question with that is why? Like, we saw the why you hate relationships, but when I see that definition, I see it as a limiter. And when you're limiting ourselves, it's either one, to protect ourselves, or two, to further refine and develop ourselves. So my question is not what you're doing, but what's up, why?
My whole thing with like the dating process and the talking process, a lot of people don't want to go through the whole let's be friends first phase. They just want to jump right into things, and what happens there is that you don't really know each other. You know things about each other, but you don't really know each other, and so it's very easy to have misconceptions about where the relationship or whatever you're doing is going, and then it's very easy to get hurt. And that happens to me a lot. I'm a sweethearted person, so I go into things thinking that it's one way, and then when it ends up the other, I get very hurt. So that's why I would rather just look for friendships first, and then maybe we can talk about doing something else.
So what I'm hearing is what you're looking for is respect, and you're looking to be loved, you're looking to have a place of trust, because it seems like, you didn't hear this from me, but what I'm hearing in this, and in this hate of relationships, is you're hating the lack of depth in relationships that you may have encountered or engaged in, because what I'm understanding is you have no problem with love or being loved, because to be a sweetheart, you're loving first. The thing is, what you're trying to figure out, what I see, a lot of us trying to figure out, especially coming into college freshman year, it's where is this going, and how can I make sure that it's going somewhere that's healthy for me? And to go a step further, what kind of discernment can I use to make sure I don't get taken advantage of? Because contrary to popular belief, it happens to guys too. I have a friend of mine who told me, first thing he told me shocked the mess out of me. He said, I just want to fall in love. And I was like, wait, what? Wait, you're honest about that? Like, who does that? Like, and I was confused because, like, he reflected my thoughts, but I had all these different ways of navigating around that simple desire of wanting to love and be loved. But when we don't understand that, we oftentimes end up in these false, unfulfilling relationships. And where that hurts us is when we're looking for something deeper and we're looking to, reflect on something deeper, it's not there. So, like, that brings me to my next question, which is, what are the benefits of you focusing on the friendships?
Allows me to get to know somebody first. It allows me to really see if I can see myself with them, and also lets them see if they can see themselves with me. I feel like it takes at least a month or two to see somebody's true intentions. So I don't know. I feel like if you give yourself time before you even talk about the whole relationship thing, or I mean, if you're taking the other avenue, you can see if that's actually something that you want to do rather than just like a quick impulse that you want to take. Did that make sense?
Nah, I mean, it made sense to me because that's like the two different kinds you run into, which is, am I trying to build a relationship or go with what feels right? And sometimes what feels right in the moment is what's going to feel right long term. And like, we have to remember that like desire is a fleeting emotion, you know. Unfortunately, it's based in context, and it's based in what we wanted at that moment, how we're feeling at that moment. Now, if we indulge in it, we have to deal with the responsibility of recovering from it. And if we're someone who is emotional and openly emotional, it's going to be harder to recover from that. Some people aren't emotional, so they can indulge in desire and recover from it. But at least for me and some of the people I'm hearing, sounds like you are, you know, it's harder to recover from those impulse emotions, so it's easier to build so you have a foundation to fall back on.
Yeah.
And that's like, I guess, the last thing, going to lead us to our last portion of this discussion, which is advice for HU19 about relationship building and or how to manage relationships. So I'll let you go first and I'm going to follow.
Okay. I'm going to go kind of back to my hate relationships feeling. This whole like freshman week, don't get booed up. Maybe that's just me being a hater, but you know, just use that time to focus on you and have fun for yourself instead of having to constantly check in with somebody else, because it's only been a week. You don't know that too much.
I guess I can add to that.
Okay.
For me, going back to her original idea, you know, freshman week and coming into Howard, just build organically. Like, see what happens, but don't let your desire for a relationship cloud your judgment of something that isn't actually that real. Because you'll come to Howard looking for something. Everybody comes looking for some sort of validation, some sort of new identity, some sort of, I'm trying to find myself. I'm trying to find my future husband or my future wife. I'm trying to find my future best friend. Guess what? You'll find them. But if you're seeking for them too hard, you'll fool yourself into accepting what comes your way first. So it's kind of like, I would say, build, but also exercise, like I said, that use of discernment. And know what's real and what isn't. You'll know what's real because what's real has solid foundational moments. Unfortunately, the quick and easy is just that, quick and easy. As quick as it came, as quick as it'll go. And if you don't have that opportunity to actually have those building blocks of the relationship, it's gonna not have the depth you're looking for. However, I would also say, don't be afraid to focus and build a relationship. But the key word about that is focus. When it comes to the relationship building at Howard, most people see the different opportunities and different avenues and get overexcited by the fact that there's everything you ever could look for. So what I would say for the Howard kids, especially HU19, but also for the kids who aren't Howard kids, HU7, you know, and the HU17s, 18s, for even HU alumni. What you all know, what I've learned from my experiences at Howard, you know, being a senior, amen, hallelujah, is that the slower and more authentic you build the relationship, the easier it is. And furthermore, you know, faith to drop real quick. Don't be afraid to bring God into that relationship, as that can be a solid foundational piece for the development of your relationship. Because if you have relationships that are God-oriented, let's focus on something that's greater than you, you know. Or furthermore, understanding that it's not just God as a faith basis, but it's the different building blocks that validate you outside of just a desire to be validated, which is, okay, a business relationship, a, you know, social relationship. Understand that not every relationship needs to fulfill every purpose. And in that, you know, you can then find some clarity and some peace as you begin to connect, as you will at Howard. Because I always say this, at Howard, you're one connection away from your best friend and your worst enemy. Or you could have both. And because you don't have a deep relationship, it is both. You have to deal with that. But that's for you to find out. So again, this is George Talks featuring
BlackGirlsYoutubeToo.
And this is our Relationship 101 Part 2 question and situation for, you know, the Howard family and for all the young people out there trying to build relationships. George Talks.
Thanks for listening.